Hello, everyone. Jason here. My thoughts on gamification in education, and do I feel that they can be used to teach students, or are they or are they simply a way to entertain? I think that, yeah, definitely they can be used to teach students. I'm okay with games to some extent. I mean, obviously, you still have to teach, but from my experience, when you put kids in games, they focus more because they want to win. As long as you make it somewhat competitive, don't and that's another catch. You got to figure out which kids you have in your classroom. You don't want the some ultra competitive kid that's going to quit because he can't do it, or vice versa. Some kid that really doesn't care. But I feel like overall, games in the classroom, like I say, I feel like overall the kids really focus because they want to win. Most kids want to win, and it's fun when it's a game and you're keeping score. When they're keeping score, it means something. If you're just, you know, hey, I'm going to ask you 2 plus 2, and the kids, who cares? But when it's being counted or scores being kept and you're competing, most kids want to win and they'll focus. At least that's been my experience. I've actually um, used some trivia games in the classroom when I do substituting. A couple times in homeroom, we got everything done that the teacher had wanted, and I didn't want the kids to have like 15 minutes at the end of class to just mess around or do nothing. So I picked up like somewhat of a Jeopardy, like a math trivia, and which math is a problem or a game that or math is a subject that most kids, if you just gave them math problems, you're going to see them. I don't care. I don't want to be there. But man, when they were competing against each other, we had boys versus girls. We would give them problems, and I mean, they were really trying to work the problems and focusing. I mean, they really wanted to win, and they were excited when they got answers right. I mean, a couple times I actually had to tell them to like calm down because they were cheering too much. But so yeah, no, I think games are okay because I definitely think that games will cause your kids to focus and enjoy something. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you enjoy it, you're going to be better at it than somebody who hates it. I mean, that could be basketball, it could be sports, it could be your job. The person that enjoys it and is really there focused is going to win or get better than somebody who doesn't want to be there. What template did I use and what type of interactive game did I develop? Well, I used a PowerPoint slide, and I basically made a trivia game on the home page. There's 20 questions. You like a random. You click on one, and it'll take you to a question. And then in the bottom left of each slide, there's a little icon you can click on. It has the little thinking man down there that'll show you the answer. And in the bottom right corner is the home where you can go back to the home screen to pick a new question, and you can actually go back to the home screen off of either the question or the answer. And then I just made it so that all answers are worth the same amount of points on mine. They're random. Problems I ran into is not a lot. It just took me a little bit longer, I think, to do a PowerPoint than probably most people, just because usually if I do a presentation, I use either Prezi or Google Slides. I think Google Slides is a little bit easier for me to use than PowerPoint, and the Prezi I think looks a little bit more professional than the PowerPoint. So I tended to use those for presentations over PowerPoint, but overall it wasn't too bad. I think I could use it for interactive games in the future, especially being a math teacher, to really engage the kids. I guess I've seen a lot of math games where the kids actually want to play them. I know there's one game that the school tends to use that I substitute out a lot, and I forget what it's called. Like you have a little wizard and you go around and solve math problems to build up his powers, and you fight dragons with math problems, and you can fight other kids with your math problems. And I actually get a lot of kids that want to play that game. They ask to play the game. So anytime you can have kids wanting to get better in math or wanting to get better in a subject, I I think that's a great thing. I don't care whether it's through a game or you teaching, but when kids enjoy it and want to be there, that's when they're going to focus and that's when they're going to become their best. So